right. Here we go. Let's send out notification and then wait a couple minutes for people to get in. Let's triple check my audio while I'm here. Okay, audio looks decent. I should rearrange my stuff so I can get to my tab a little easier. There. Okay. Get the notification sent out. So yeah, no, still wait a little bit. Alrighty. Thinking I'm gonna get going now. I'll hide that, and I'll give anybody who wasn't here last time a look at the Aptonoth as it is now. I really like actually what we got with the last session. I was originally going to go forward with something that was like almost zero chains whatsoever, but then Glan Boudin came in and kind of suggested going for something more live, and I didn't believe I didn't believe at first, but after I tried it, I actually really liked it. So we've got a more long live Aptonoth here, kind of leaning into the fact that Aptonoth, I mean, they technically can fight, but they basically never do. And supposedly in canon, they're meant to be really fast, but in game we don't really ever see that. So I thought it might, I agreed that having it be really thin, it'll look more like its first defense is running, more like horse than bull is sort of the logic I'm thinking of. The horses, I guess, aren't very long, but they're you understand the change I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make it feel more horse-like than cow-like, I guess, because cows are, granted, cows actually prefer to run, but they're a lot more suited to fighting with horns and stuff. Alright. Make sure you drink water, everybody. I'm finally keeping on top of that for once in my life, but I figure it can't hurt to just remind everyone else. Alright. So, we're just going to get started on coloring then. Well, actually, we're going to do shading first, but we're going to put in the base color to do that. Speaking of which, whoops, let's not bump the mic. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to get the stories version of Aptonoth visible. so I can kind of color pick off of that. It should give me pretty authentic color. Ah, sorry, I'm bumping the mic. That's the stories one, yeah. I think let's go with that color. Put that up there so you can access it. And we'll just put this on the base here. And we're just gonna fill the entire empty space here. So one of my biggest things with this method, and I'm sure that other people who know more about art could show me a better way of doing this, but the main thing that bugs me is that it's really hard to tell when I've missed a small spot, and that does kind of happen a lot actually. And I guess I do know some ways I could probably get around that, but it's always kind of a hassle to do them. It's actually a lot more like flesh toned than it looks on the stories image. It's kind of interesting. Color theory is just like that, I guess. By the way, how's the audio? Music's not too loud. It's not drowning me out or anything. What's a bit low? The music's low, I'm a bit low. Oh, just like everything's quiet? Is that what you're saying? Let's see. I guess if it's everything, try that. See if that's a little better. And that too, just a little bit. My voice. Oh, it's just my voice. Okay. How about that? Okay, cool. That's what we'll go with. So I'm just gonna do all this because what I'm planning to do right now is I fill in the base color that goes underneath everything first, because after I do that, I can select everything that I like, all the painted pixels on this layer, and then I can use that to make a mask so that I can freely color and shade without having to worry about staying inside the lines. And having that freedom of stroke can be really convenient sometimes. So it's usually, I mean, I say usually, it's always worth it to just go ahead and mask where you're drawing. And I know some people, particularly Jack, what is his last name? But the Jack from Subjectively, he goes by, I think it's Magic. Isn't it just Magic Jack? I think so, something like that, on like Instagram and stuff. If you don't watch his content, I think you'll actually really like it. He's done in the past a lot of things that are kind of like Monster Mender, but for Pokemon. He had some more people who would regularly come on his channel then, but most of them don't really appear anymore. But in any case, he does a lot of Pokemon art, and he's kind of he's really mastered mimicking the Ken Sugimori style, and he does it by using masks to get those like big, long, clean, even shapes that Pokemon designs always have. And I guess that's something that I should probably really learn to emulate, because I think it's probably very efficient, especially with more simplistic drawings, because I've got to do some of those for school. How's everybody's day? We got anything interesting happen that we want to talk about? Oh yeah, so I actually have not watched the IGN coverage of the Black Flame. I saw somebody's take, I don't know, probably a YouTube community post or something, and I kind of agreed that it almost feels weird that they actually revealed its name, given that they were being so secretive about it in the first place. So I've decided that I'll let it stay a secret. I think it might be kind of fun. And I'm hoping that they don't start revealing a bunch of stuff right before the release, because that would kind of suck. I do enjoy... I struggle to restrain myself, but I really enjoy being able to be surprised by stuff like that. But I will say that from the original footage we have of him, because I've seen that, he looks really cool, and I am very excited to learn what he's all about. Okay. And let's check it and leave any holes. There's some. So I'm looking at where I left these. I selected all the pixels on this layer. So then these marching ants, when there's a tiny little island of them, I know that there's a spot that I missed in there, so I can go back and clean it up. I also saw that this is going outside the lines that I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. So that's a neat little trick. If anybody has a need to mask things but finds it really annoying to do manually, there you go, you can do stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the highlights, because I think I very rarely start with highlights, but I think I actually make better, I do my rendering better when I start with highlights. So let's try this. This is the brush I usually use. I can't even remember now. It's a little strong. So this one, that looks a little better. Oops. I never actually made that mask. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, what is this one? Is this from Witcher or was this Monster Hunter? This is Witcher, okay. Which one is that from? This is from the third game. I've been playing The Witcher on and off. So I actually do plan to give Small Monsters 3 designs. I'm hesitant to say that, because I want to be careful about what kind of plans I make for Small Monsters. But my intention right now is to give every Small Monster 3 different designs. Hopefully there should be a little less effort in the art and the video editing department, so that I can kind of put them in one compilation. Maybe when I get finished with all the large monsters, or I guess whenever I finish. Maybe it won't be when I finish the large monsters generation 1. I don't know. I'll kind of have to play things by ear as I go. Now I was trying to set a mask. There we go. And one more time. Mask outside selection. There we go. Okay. Now back to painting it on all this light palette before I forget. I've just been highlighting with that color, so I'll put that up there for now. Actually, no, I won't. I lied. I won't do that. I'm gonna be highlighting in. There we go. I think that should be a good color for that. How does it look? It's a little bright. There we go. That's better. And then we'll put that in the palette. There we go. What are we planning for our main like weapons to be in wilds? Because obviously we can have 2 now. Is there any like combo stuff that we know about? I haven't been following the news super closely actually, because I'm trying to stay relatively unspoiled, kind of like I was saying earlier. So, are there any like funny combos that we can do? I assume there's got to be like at least one weapon that gets really stupidly like overpowered when you pair it with a hunting horn. I guess it depends on how long a hunting horn buffs last in this game. Maybe they shortened them to compensate for stuff like that. I respect Unga Bunga gameplay. I am a hammer main myself. I gotta say, I'm not sure if I will go with Hammer in Wilds. Like, it feels decent to play from the demos I remembered, but I think I'd like to see. It's very different to what I'm used to, and I'm wondering if maybe one of the other weapons will actually click with me better. So I'm just gonna try out some more in Beta 2. I really kind of liked how slow Charge Blade was, which is a kind of a weird thing to say, I feel. But I felt that it felt much more weighty than Sword and Shield does, which was kind of one of its main things that made it feel, excuse me, slightly less unique. Is that it really was just kind of Sword and Shield, but more anime. So it's nice that it feels heftier now. But I will say also that it was very difficult to use. I did not understand it, and that's coming from someone like who I feel like I don't play I don't have a very complex play style when I use Charge Blade, but I use it fairly regularly. I'm good with it, but I just didn't understand how to get it to work with me in Wilds. So it's definitely going to be something I take another crack at, because I would like to get good with it. It's always nice to be able to use Charge Blade. It's very versatile. And the anime slaminates, as I call them, are, I mean, they're cool. They're flashy. They're fun. But it's also very satisfying to use them to stun with, because getting all that uptime is really crazy. Paralysis too with the element ones, but I usually prefer impact, because as a hammer main, I think I just have a bias towards LeBlanc. Yeah, Greatsword is one that I'm looking to try in Wilds, because it looks like it has just that touch more mobility that will make me more interested in it, because I've played it in World a little bit, because I knew the playstyle wasn't really going to gel with me. I'm kind of getting the hang of it, but I could definitely be a lot better. Didn't this one just play? Was that not this? It is the same one. Okay. Well, get out of here then. Do that. Much better. Now, what was I saying? Oh, Greatsword. Yeah, I'm excited to try Greatsword for Wilds. I think that the mobility is like in just the right place where it might feel actually a bit more like how Hammer used to, where you're going to be like running around, charging your attack, and then unleashing it, and then just going back to running around. Because it seems like Hammer doesn't really work for that as well anymore. Or rather, it seems like it's encouraging you to stay in the melee and do your combos, which has historically not been what Hammer's about. Um, but that is obviously, a more complex playstyle, and it certainly can't hurt my skills as a gamer to practice getting good with that. So I think, that's where the argument for I should stick with Hammer comes in, is maybe I should learn how to play an actual video game instead of hold right trigger and win every single fight, because that's how I've played Monster Hunter for, especially World. That's all I did the whole time. I just held down right trigger and walked up slopes. I actually had a build that relied on affinity sliding, just because I decided it was the most optimal hammer move in the game. I don't know if it actually is, but I decided it is. So, and because affinity slider gives you like plus 40% affinity or something like that. Like, it's a really big boost. And so I just dumped all of my gems into straight up damage because I had the affinity covered by my natural weapon affinity plus the I can't think of the word all of a sudden. I feel so stupid. And weakness exploit. Weakness exploit, natural affinity, and affinity sliding gave me all the affinity I needed. It got me to 100%. So I could max out attack boost, and there's one other like really good. The what's it? Crit boost. That's what it's called. I was able to like slot all that in when I normally might not have had room, because the affinity was all covered. So don't sleep on affinity sliding if you're a hammerman playing World. I should give Switch Axe another try, because Switch Axe I have not liked because every time I've tried it several times, and it feels very much like Greatsword to me, where it's just so slow and clunky, but it encourages a play style that isn't, or at least it feels like it's supposed to be doing something else. Maybe it's just because I've been brain rotted by all the insane clips that people post after they worked 4 hours on the same quest to get it. But I don't know. I've never really enjoyed how Switch Axe plays, but I'm thinking maybe in Wilds with all that mobility, it'll be a lot of fun. Because I guess that's right. Switch Axe has a bunch of counter stuff now, and I do enjoy countering. So it's certainly an attractive option. I think honestly, this is another one where I really do need to just try all the weapons throughout the story. And actually, I guess that'll be a nice thing to do for the purpose of making a more entertaining stream, because I've been a pretty dedicated hammer main most of my monster hunting career, but I've always experimented with other stuff, and recently I've actually been playing a lot more sword and shield than I have been hammer, because I just in the effort of learning a slightly more complex weapon that has more to its moveset. Because hammer does have, some depth to its moveset if you want to use it, but I feel like you can get away with being just as optimal doing your brainless attacks. So I just do those because it's a lot of fun. And I enjoy the freedom of movement and just being able to get in there, throw in a quick high damage move and get out. And that playstyle is very, very different in Wilds. So I'm missing my baby, but I'm very excited to see what the changes to hammer will get me, and what the other weapons can do for me now that I have even more reason to try them. For my videos, I have actually been trying a couple weapons because of the intro section, where I'm fighting something that's blurred in the background, and in the conclusion where I'm telling you to rupture that like and stuff like that. I'm always I've got my own hunting footage in the background, and every time I do that, I think I use that as an excuse to try something new. So I've been getting more experience with everything, somewhat in preparation for Wilds. Also, just because I think that it's time as a person who's been playing Monster Hunter for so long that I actually diversify. I shouldn't be stuck just doing the same thing every time. It's not good for you. And I can probably... My brain really needs the expanding, so good to flex some thinking muscles a little bit when I'm playing Monster Hunter. Because I mean, like I was saying, Hammer is very brain dead, or at least there's a very viable playstyle. It's totally brain dead. So... Just, in general, honestly, I've been attempting to make some changes. I have not been successful in really any of those, those ventures. But I'm going to keep trying, just for my own betterment and diversifying my experiences. Which can only be a good thing, especially as an artist. Indeed, yeah, it's Aptonoth. So, I assuming you just dropped in, and what I'm trying to do right now is get this first interpretation of Aptonoth rendered tonight. So hopefully we can start ideating on the second iteration, because I am going to be doing 3 iterations for all of the small monsters. I'm planning to kind of compile them when it's done, so I can make one somewhat lower effort video. I guess realistically, I think it'll be the same amount of effort, but it'll be spread over a bunch of smaller segments rather than for really intensive segments like normal Monster Mender episodes are. But we're really gonna see how much steam I have in me when I'm getting around to it. Because we're obviously nowhere close now. This is only the first one, so. Let's get some striation on here so that it's more obviously keratin, because it feels a bit samey to the skin. Yeah, that's a little better. Just a little texture to it. Nice. Then I can add some wear and some pigmentation and coloring. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. With the base highlights. So we're going to start on the shadows now. What color do we make this? I guess it should be like a green tone. Because... yeah, I mean, Aptonoth is tinged slightly green in story, so I think there's meant to be a slight green tint to them, but also because it's Aptonoth, when I get to rendering out I guess I won't be rendering out a full backdrop illustration, because I'm going to be putting these guys just on like a chart, basically. I'm still working on that, so I can't really show it off right now, and also it's not on this computer anyway. But what was I even saying? Whoops, that's the wrong layer. Whoops, there we go. Okay. Now I don't even remember what I was saying. Balls. Somebody remind me. So I think it's less accurate. I did actually, last stream, I called Aptonos upper lip a meat beak, but I don't think that's like super accurate to how it actually functions. I'm interpreting it as being a lot like a rhino's lip, because rhinos have basically the same lip structure. They've got like one really muscular upper lip, and then their lower lip is kind of like stiff to support it. And they just use that to grab grass like it's a fist, basically, to eat it. So I'm imagining Aptonoth work in a similar way. They're just grabbing face/fistfuls of grass and shoveling it into their face. Yeah, this is probably still more green than I want this to be. I wonder if this playlist is maybe a little intense for the Aptonoth video. I can't actually remember what playlist this is. Is this my Diablos playlist? Oh no, this is that's right. This is one of my D&D playlists. Because I made a D&D monster that's actually still exists on DM's Guild that I'm selling for like 25 cents. And I illustrated a monster that was actually based on Diablos. It was kind of a homage to the brown dragon. It was a big dragon that burrowed in the sand. The way it did that was it had a big set of hollow horns. That was kind of where the Diablos came in. That had a big set of horns, but they were hollow, and they were actually a resonating chamber. So the dragon would like hum, and then it would resonate in the horns, and it would create a sound powerful enough to like vibrate the sand in such a way that behaves like a liquid, which is a real thing, by the way, if you haven't seen that before. I think like the Slow-Mo guys, or at least somebody like that, has done a video on it. Mark Rober for sure has. Sand will behave like a liquid if it's being like vibrated at just the right frequency. So basically that was how the Dune Dragons got around the desert, is they would burrow like that. And their like flight capacity was limited. They had like I think like 40 feet of fly speed, but they could dig at like the whatever the fly speed usually is for dragons. I think it's 80. I think I gave them 80 dig speed, which is significantly worse than fly speed in most situations because you can't even get a line of sight. And I think I place tested it once. It was kind of fun, but I didn't gain a lot because the players I was playing with in that game were kind of OP actually. A lot of that came down to the fact that I really didn't know how to DM, so I didn't know what to say no to. It's not that I didn't know how to say no, but I didn't know. I did not know how bad stuff would get, and that's not necessarily the fault of the players, you know. They just knew what they were doing, and I knew less. Especially one of my players in particular really likes to like study stuff like that, so he can always be playing the meta, so he can be the most effective. Like that's what he finds satisfying. And I don't think there's anything wrong with finding power gaming satisfying, as long as you don't let it get in the way of the fun of other people at your table. You're welcome to go for it, you know. And I didn't want to discourage him from from making an optimal build, you know. That's, if nothing else, it can make the people who don't want to play an optimal build have a better time, because they don't have to worry about dying when encounters are too hard. It's because they've got somebody who can handle it. But the job as a DM is try to make it so that there's something for them to do as well as something for your powerful player to do. And frankly, I was not a good enough DM to do that during that game. But they told me they had fun, and I suppose I have no choice but to believe them, as I can't read their minds. Dropped out of psionics school before I got to that stuff. It made my brain hurt. There we go. That looks so much greener than I expected. Oops. Don't want that. There we go. There we are. Let's get some texture in there. Yeah, there we go. Actually, should probably get some texture in the highlights up on that side too, because it is like a hardened outcropping thing, cartilaginous structure. It probably holds like tail muscles, like that bulb that some sharks have, like especially the ones that swim really really fast, like gray whites have and it's honestly one of my favorite little little like animal features to throw into things is that bulb of muscle, because I think it's just such a unique looking feature, and if you know what it's for, it's like, oh my god, yeah, you can see there's a powerful muscle in there. Like tuna kind of have it too. It's not super visible on them because their tails are so narrow. But yeah, they have like a bulb of muscle right by the actual fin. I might need a smaller brush in here, yeah. Because it should be like knobbly. I kind of want it to be, implied to be made of like callus and keratin, so that it's still pretty hardened. And I was actually thinking about this, and I believe this is something I've said in the past streams, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know who all here has seen what I've said, and I'm not sure how competently I even explained my ideas in the first place. But I'm thinking that the tail club of the Aptonoth is actually more important for fighting within the Aptonoth herd than it is for fighting off predators. Like that, it makes me think of it because they don't use it very often unless they're totally desperate. And the fact that both males and females have it mean that it can't just be like a dominance thing between males. It must be the females use it too. Or maybe it is just like it's useful enough that the males use it only to fight with the males use it to fight with each other, but the females have it only to fend off predators. I mean, it's a very dangerous world they live in, so it's entirely possible that they just adapted the male structure in order to die slightly less often, or at least defend their young, so that they could grow up and be more successful. Because that's really what it's all about. It's about producing a young that survive. That's survival of the fittest. That's really what that means. It's not necessarily about individual fitness. It's about ability to create children that live. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that shading, aside from the color being super green. That's better. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And we're gonna put the lighting down to 71% because I always blow it out a little too much. Actually, then again, it might be just the screen. Because the screen is really, really saturated. So maybe I'll leave it and I'll test it on some other screens before I post it. Well, actually, I can ask just people like you who've got normal screens. How does the lighting look on that? Is it really blown out? Or does it look pretty reasonable across the whole thing? Oh, I should remember the eye shine, the wet. Et, apparently. There we go. Wet. Real tiny brush. That's good enough. Do that. Oops, that's not quite it. And there we go. Always just adds a little bit of extra life to an illustration to do stuff like that. It's also a fun tip that I think maybe some people notice in anime, but maybe some people don't. Is that like removing the lights in someone's eyes? I mean, I guess that's a turn of phrase, isn't it? Is the light leaving someone's eyes? And I guess anime takes it very literally, and it's one of my favorite like tropes for how they do showing emotion. There is having those highlights leaving their eyes. I think that looks really cool. Okay. Finished that water. We'll get another one when I need it, I guess. Oops, I forgot to shade some stuff down at the bottom. There we go. Yeah. So how many monsters do we have revealed for Monster Hunter Wilds now? Or I should say, how many new monsters do we have revealed so far? None of the returners, because obviously we know Rathian and Gravius and stuff like that, but that's not what I'm asking about. Why doesn't that look right? Why does it look so weird? Why is that so white? That's very strange. That's so weird. What? I'm very confused as to what I did that's making it do that. Why is the color so different? What? Am I just stupid? No, okay. Then why is it so white here? The intensity's not just that high, is it? I don't think it is. It's like actually paler. Why? That's so weird. Am I just insane? Am I stupid? Oh, wait, no. No, that wasn't it. Surely not. Oh, it totally was that, wasn't it? Ugh. I think I figured it out. Okay. Well, we're gonna try this, see if that fixes it. No, it actually didn't. Oh, never mind then. I don't know. I still don't know what I was doing wrong, but doesn't look like I'm gonna find out now. Is that visible on stream? I don't think it is. When my Clip Studio freezes, it doesn't look like it appears on stream. Okay. Actually, that crack is really in the thigh. Yeah, seriously, what? That's so odd. Oh, ow, balls. Okay. Because I think I merged the color into a layer that was at 71% opacity. So it's kind of stuck at 71 opacity. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, well. I guess I'll just make a new layer at 71% opacity and just merge that down into that later. That's the plan. Okay, well, whatever. Right, because that works how I want it to. No, that does. No, that's still white. I'm so confused. It's gonna make him kind of wrinkly. Because it doesn't seem to have scales. As far as I can tell, it just has like really, or it does have scales. Actually, I lied, but it doesn't have them over most of its body. It's got like just wrinkly, leathery skin instead. Okay, and then we're actually gonna decrease this. A little more. There we go. Good enough. What are you talking about, Matthias? What the What is happening? Oh, balls. Did I do the wrong thing? No. Okay, everything's fine. Okay. I think I'm done with it for real now. Yeah. Let's do colors. So, I guess what the first color we'll do will be the like underbelly. Let's see. I want some definitely paler. Actually, that looks like it's on the warm side, so make it like a brown off-white. Oops, that's not helpful. There we go. That's kind of strange looking. So that's just because of, I think it is just because I've shaded over it. Alright. Well, let's turn off the shading for the coloring process then. I guess that's probably a smarter way to do it anyway. So we need the white to go all the way up here. Just down, yeah, down at the bottom lip. And we'll just let it bleed over these spikes here so that it's level with them. Why can't I paint in this little nook there? Wait. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's just that the lines are so close together. They're kind of bleeding a little bit. Alright, whatever. It's fine. I'll live with it. No, I lied. I thought I turned you to silent. No vibrating. Shut up. So it's on silent, but I don't think it is. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. No, it totally isn't painting there. I was right. Why? I'm very confused. I wonder if I must have just moved it at some point. Let's just select the pixels and make a new mask. There's, oh. That ain't right. Okay. Don't know what happened there either, but let's try that. Mask, delete mask. Mask, go start selection. Alright. And then it still isn't letting me paint there. That's so strange. Did I paint that on a different layer? I mean, I must have. No, I couldn't have been. Unless it's on like palette or something. It's on the palette layer. That's what it was. I just had I left a smudge on the palette layer. That's what I did. There we go. Figured it out. Crazy. Anyway, that's why we keep track of our layers, kids, so that we don't have that happen. Because it's very embarrassing when it happens to you on stream. Oh, sorry. Is this the theme that you were asking about, Regumps? I didn't see that message until just now. I don't know if that's been going for a while. But if it is this one, let me go check it. It's from Frontier. It's just the desert high rank theme from Frontier. If it wasn't this one, I can actually go check my history and I can tell you which one it was. The previous one? Okay, yeah, let me go check my history. History. One before that was Atolka Phase 3. Whoa. Did I break it? No, everything's fine. Okay. So we're gonna let these lines like be. You know sometimes how an animal will have wrinkles that are like the inside of the wrinkle is significantly lighter than the outside. I assume that has to do with the fact that like they're tanning basically the darker parts, but because the lighter parts are kind of sequestered away within the wrinkle itself, they like don't tan as much, so they stay lighter. Flying iguana? There has not been any flying iguana by me. Why would there be flying iguana near me? I mean, I guess, is it still hurricane season? I don't think it is. I think that's over now. So there shouldn't be any iguanas flying anytime soon. Skin's a little stretched here, so I'll put some light skin here. Stretched a little there. Stretched a little here. I've never seen the flying iguana video, so I guess I'll just have to believe you. Oh, actually, this is something we should probably talk about. Oh, that's not how that. I don't know why I did that. It's not a color I need there. I think I just instinctively started highlighting because I stopped paying attention. Okay. How far down does the white go on the body? Not that one. Not that one. This one? I want the world render. Where's the world render at? Not that one. Where did I put it? This one. Yes. And I can't see. Oh, but it looks like... Oh, there's really not that much of a difference in the world one. And I guess that has something to do with the color problem that people illustrated for world. But, okay. Well, I'll leave that ref up. And then I'll try something. Why are we doing that? Don't name your layers. Flip Studio's frozen, I think. There we go. So we'll try something different for this. We'll try something a bit more brown. And not quite that. That, is that more what it is? I kind of like that. No, it's a little too dark. There we go. That's not bad, actually. I think I like that more. And then we are going to make the belly slightly darker. Well, that's not what I wanted. Actually, that does look kind of cool, though. It's the Aptonoth large monster. Greenish black rather than a browner one. You're talking for the dark part? Honestly, that might not be a bad idea to see if I can marry green and black. It'll be more of like a camo color anyway, potentially. We'll see. Yeah, maybe the dark bit will be more greenish. Because, yeah, it's definitely more blended in the world version, especially. So, I think it's worth a shot. I think I'm going to say, no, too dark. I think is that just enough? I think that's just enough. Put that in the palette. Put that in there. Wait. Is that right? What did I use that dark gray for? The dark gray is for the shader, that's right. Yo, to be fair, actually, fun fact, a lot of animals are, especially mammals, and I'm not sure if we know for the wyverns whether they're colorblind or not. I think we assume they can see color. But anyway, in the real world, tigers can be orange because their prey species can't see orange, so it just blends in with the green as long as it's the same like brightness, basically. Okay, now let's make this definitively greener. And let's try to make a greenish brown here. Way too green, way too green. Okay. No. Still too green. That's workable, but I think we need some more. Okay. Definitely needs more saturation then. That's going to be part of my problem. Oh, I guess why don't I just try color picking that? I mean, that's pretty good. I think I want that to be a little darker. Let's try that. We'll run with it for a minute. We'll see if I still like it in a bit. Oops, that's on the wrong layer though. Let's not do that. I can merge these layers down here. Whoops, that was the wrong layer. Oh, close to go is freezing. There we go. Merge layer below. Merge layer below. Perfect. Then we're gonna name this layer. Dark, I guess. Yeah, that's all it really needs to be. Yeah, okay, so I was pretty sure that we knew that the wyverns mostly have color vision. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I think it's been set up by UHC before, but if the like bird wyverns and stuff didn't actually have color vision because their night vision is so good, because that's generally a trade-off animals need to make in order to have good night vision, is they usually have to get rid of their color vision. Actually, it's kind of usually the other way around. If they need color vision, they'll gain it at the expense of their previously existing night vision. Like us, we're one of the rare mammals that has color vision, and we basically used it in order to be able to determine if fruits were ripe. So there was a reason to sacrifice our night vision. And we were up in the trees, which is comparatively safer. Sure, still had plenty of things to worry about. Our arboreal ancestors, that is. But it's probably safer than the forest floor. Rainforests are no joke. Why would Velociraptor be bright blue? That's a great question. Next. Actually, yeah, let's just swirl it out a little bit right here. We can add some subtle stripes in there. Yeah, that'll be good. So yeah, here it goes all the way down to the shoulder. So I'll do that down to there. It's going to concentrate it actually over the hip, so that'll be darker. And then it's pretty much blended after that. Big patch on the shoulder blade, big patch on the ilium, and fade it out, blend it out into the rest of the surrounding area. This should actually be darker, probably going all the way up into here. Good. Alrighty, and now we're going to go back. We're going to add some wrinkle texture to this, just like we did with the underbelly, because I want it to feel like there are darker areas at the top of the wrinkles that are being that are more darkly colored, because that's kind of what I was saying earlier about them kind of accidentally suntanning just by the virtue of the fact that they don't have houses or computers that they can waste their day on. So they're out in the sun all day. get some wrinkling over this part for sure. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of wyverns that have like dog vision, especially what you're saying from the wyverns. Like, do you just mean the flying wyverns? I mean, still probably, but if you look at the fanged wyverns in particular, probably, almost definitely, just because they're meant to be dog-like. I'm sure one of them probably sees like a dog. Yeah, that's kind of not looking so good. I mean, yeah, I'll go back and erase those. It looks kind of stupid. Alrighty, it's a little better. Oops, nope, just ruined it again. There we go. And then the dark should go just down the top of the tail here. So after this, it should fade out on the tail. Looks like it actually goes down to here. Or at least it fades down to here. There we go. We'll just blend, 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 blend. Blending out. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty happy with that. And then let's smooth out those wrinkles just a little bit because they're a little intense. There we go. Okay. Should there be brown at the end of the legs too? No, that is the different color. Okay. Cool. Then so it's not exactly meant to be the story's color palette exactly, but I'm trying to make something that's kind of in between the world color palette and the story's color palette because I think that'll be the most interesting. And also partially because stories makes it easy to color pick off of them just because their lighting is so simplistic. Actually, before I forget, because I do that sometimes, let's get the nostril done. I should probably put this color in the palette too. I think maybe that is a little too green. I'm gonna try this. No. Actually, I think it needs to be more saturated. I think that's my issue. No, I think I'll leave it like that. No, it's definitely too bright. Okay. Or is it? No, I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll leave it for now. Nostril. Get the saturated pink. Make it dark. And more saturated. There we go. It's good for nostril. Ooh, never mind. That's way too like purple. Let's try that. Let's That's nostril colored. Yeah. And why don't we do the eye while we're working on face details, actually. Iris. What color are their eyes? I think they're just like black eyes. I'm pretty certain. So we'll just give them like a really deep cobalt blue eye. Perfect. And then we'll give them a, oh wait, this is the iris. This is the sclera. Silly me. So a lot of animals that have quote unquote totally black eyes actually have, you know what, we're gonna put this black in the palette before I forget. Where is the palette? There it is. There we go. And then we're gonna take this, we're gonna make brown. So yeah, anyway, animals that have totally black eyes usually actually have brown irises. Like I think, what are they called? Wolverines are actually a really good example of that. Balls, it's in the palette again. Get out of here. All right. Iris. It's too dark. Well, actually, hold on. Let me get the eyes back out. Okay, that's definitely too dark. Maybe the lines just need to be black, though. Let's try that. Does that make any meaningful difference? I don't know that it does. Oh, what are the stories on? The eyes just black here too. Yeah, the eyes are just black. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give him a white iris or like a gray iris. Cause it's cool, man. Okay. So yeah, silver iris, sure. There we go. There's the palette, get that in there, get a lighter one, stick that on 2, and iris. Second layer colors here. There we go. That'll do for an eye. So I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on New Udra, just because I have chosen to avoid the gameplay that's actually out. Oh. Why is that doing that? Oh, whoopsie, I accidentally deleted the mask in the highlights. But anyway, I don't have a lot of thoughts on New Udra because I saw a take on something. I don't actually know where I was scrolling, but doing New Udra, like they made such a big deal out of it being a secret. It kind of feels weird to me to have revealed it now in an IGN trailer. So I've just chosen to ignore the New Udra footage, but the footage from the trailer that aired before, I was very excited about, and I still am. I think New Udra will be really cool. I'm kind of happy that he's an actual cephalopod. As much as Geezer King makes a good point that it's just another monster class that they're never going to fill out, like Snake Wyvern. It's just nice to have unique monsters, you know? It's cool. Okay. Aptonoth? This Aptonoth could, what? Perform an eclipse? What does that mean? Anyway, what was this? I don't know what layer this is. Okay, well, this is the layer I'm using now. We're gonna do the keratin, which seems to be pretty pale, actually, a lot like this, and then we're gonna make it more yellowish, so looks like a dirty toenail, because that's kind of what it is, because toenail is made of keratin. Do I want the keratin to be above the dark layer? I don't think I do. I think it's kind of fine as it is. There we go. Let's see, does that work? Next to the thinner skin. Yep, that's pretty much how I want that to look. Do that for toenail. There we go. What other concepts for cephalopods are you talking about? I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention. I've been doing other stuff. Turn this back on now. Turn the lighting back off. I think that is it. I think I do like the darker. Well, no, because I haven't put on the stripes yet. That's what I was waiting for. I'm gonna do that first. Ugh. Okay. We're gonna do that. We're just gonna take it, make it more saturated and darker. And stripes there. And then it's actually not all stripes because it's got this chunk in the front to do. So it should be pretty dark over the eyes still. Okay, and then it's the skin underneath the scales, so it's got to be kind of surrounding the scale shapes here for a little while until it phases out entirely. Perfect. Okay, there's a stripe. Try to make that wider. Go to there. There we are. So they have them as pretty solid, actually. They're actually even kind of bluish on the world version, which is interesting. Might experiment with that, actually. I think I'm putting too many. I am. I'm putting way too many. There we go. Okay. Great. There we go. I think that's an appropriate number of stripes I'm doing now. They need to be a little less clean because they are natural. There we go. So they are kind of tiger stripey, so I'll add some of that like forking that tiger stripes sometimes have, because I think it's just a nice little extra detail. And sometimes that's all I'm doing with the first design, and sometimes I'm just putting in a little extra detail. I'm not totally doing that with this one, but you know, point still stands. That one actually might be too close. No, that's probably fine. Actually, probably needs to be bigger is what it is. That's why it looks awkward. They can't decide if they're confidently apart or if they're headed towards each other. There we go. And let's clean up the brush strokes here a little bit. Doesn't need to quite look that drawn. There we go. There we go, yeah, sick. There we go. Alright, and stripes don't look like they go onto the legs. They do not. They just sit on the hip bone. So I'll do that, and actually we'll correct here, because this should be going around the hip bone. There we go. So then, after the brush, here we go, there we go, yeah. Okay. Then how far down the tail do the stripes go? The stripes actually get bigger down the tail, which is also good to know. Okay, and it looks like they should actually be slightly more irregular in shape. There we go. Make that one totally round, except for a little hiccup. And then this one's gonna go onto the thing here. I'll have it go all the way up onto the ridge here, and then start to spill over. And then one final one that's going to be real big. And then over the ridge, and that'll be the last stripe. Yeah, that's good. Okay, what else is there? Oh, right, and this black also goes on the boots as well. And I think it's below the keratin layer. Yes, it is, actually. But that keratin is, first of all, not in the palette. How very naughty of me. Into the palette you go. There we go. And then second, it actually needs some finishing here. I can see a bunch of places where the base isn't finished either, so let's fix that. It should be this color, base. Okay, it wasn't that color, it was this color, okay. Mask, delete mask. We're gonna selection from layer again. Because I know there's another point that I noticed that was doing it. So I'll do that there. Might have been one here. I think there's one here. Kind of did that wrong. Oops. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay. How did OBS react to that? Okay, looks like everything's fine. Oh, I never put the chat on the screen. Yeah, I'll do it now. It's not like I'm probably going to be streaming for a terribly much longer, but I am going to grab it. Oops. There we go. Hooray! Chat appears now. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Fixing these little errors. Select, invert selected area. so I can draw in the spots that I've missed. I think that's one there. I think that's it, honestly. Section flare, create selection, and there, mask next to selection. There we go. Hey, you better not mention any of the stuff from the leaks. Oh, that's been not seen. Yeah, that was like a MIDI reorchestration that somebody did. I thought it was really cool. I like it a lot. We got that. I need to use some more of it. Clean out these stripes because they're a little messy. Just yeah, let's make that look a little less like a brush made it. Perfect. Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted. And then I think I need, oh yeah, that's right, I have to put the stripes down on the boots as well. So this should definitely be below the belly then. Okay, so this should be below that too? No, that can't work. Well, what does it look like? Oh, that might be fine. I think that might actually be fine. Okay. There we go. And then we're just gonna, how far up should that go? That should go like right up to the elbow. Okay. Should make sure it looks wrinkled because this is one that looks wrinkled even on the stories model. So, or even the stories texture even. So we're gonna make sure that's wrinkly. There we go. That should be that. Actually, we're gonna put in some more dark there, just to make it look a little wrinklier. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and we'll just skip right to a big old brush for this bit. Okay, this can honestly probably just get blended this way and be fine. There we are. Is that the coloring done? It might be. Oh, right, no, I forgot about the tail spikes. Aha. Okay, I for sure have that in the palette, and then that's the keratin color. And then I need the keratin color, but saturated for, yep, there we go. And then, yeah, let's color in the spikes, because I forgot to do it earlier. Whoops, why aren't we doing it? Okay. It's not working for some reason. Why? Oh, unless it's the wrong color. Ah, it was. That was all the problem was. I was just using the skin color. It looked a lot lighter up in the palette. Oh, you know what? Since we're getting close to the end of this, let's turn the shading back on so I can see how it actually looks. That way I can tell. Ooh, I can't even see the keratin. Yeah, that lighting definitely needs adjusting. That looks really ugly. But I have a couple methods I can try to rectify that. So, not worried about it. I know something about the story that I think is either going to be peak cinema or it's going to make me really sad. And not in the good way. But I am very happy to be getting a more overt story. Like that's really cool. Okay, and pigmentation. Pigmentation is going to be this color, and I actually think I want it to be more orange. Yeah, and then this clips down onto that because it only needs to appear in this little. There we are. Just putting all those striations in. There we go. Well, it's not orange, but it more orange than it was a second ago. And I can actually use this to make it look more worn. There we go. And then I'll put that on the toenails too, since they'll be like dirty and stuff, because that's how animal toes usually are. They don't get to take showers and wear shoes like we do. I mean, I guess they could if they really, really wanted to, but generally they do not. As it would be very difficult and not practical for them to do so. Okay. I'm going to take this entire... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's copy that. And we're going to put it up here. Merge those layers. Clay mask. Immediately better. Okay, and then we're going to take these. And we're just going to add an extra layer of highlights here so we can highlight the highlights better. Let's do that while I'm thinking of it. That was the wrong one, but it also needs to be there. So there we go. Whoops, I just bumped the table. Okay, I think this needs to be the darker color. Yup, that was the correct choice. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a detail layer up here. It's a bigger brush. There we go. Probably shouldn't be doing all this, considering I'm trying to make these faster versions of Monster Mender, but fuck it. Just do quick stuff that makes the whole thing pop more. And honestly, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just... Oh, my shadows aren't even on. Silly goober. We're going to want to put this on there too, I imagine. There we go. And it needs more detail around the head actually, so I'll go back and do that in a moment. Oh, what do you know? I'm working on detail, aren't I? I can just do that now. But first I'm gonna brush in the hip here. So I'm not really highlighting it in the rest of it very well. And then, yeah, highlight that a bit. Highlight thighs a bit. There we go. There we are. Okay. And shading layer. No, shading. Oh, well, what was a shading color? That was a shading color. Detail shading in here. That's good. That's very helpful. Can get some scale detail in here, or rather wrinkle detail. Yeah, okay, this is a good plan. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, and then I can put some shadow underneath the hip here. Because I was talking about emphasizing it, so I'll just do that. There we are. More wrinkling in, and then I might be just about finished with this Aptonoth interpretation then. So, Kieran is not very faithful of any interpretation of the Kieran that I've ever seen. So I think it's perfectly fine to take some pretty massive liberties with the Kieran design. Because I mean, even if you look at something like D&D's Kieran, they call it Keelan. It's significantly different, but it's still kind of identifiable as the same thing. Ooh, that's right. That's something I forgot to do. One moment. I've lost my train of thought here. I've totally lost it. Oh, it's recognizable as the same thing, but it's clearly a different design. And I think, I mean, that's just going to be the goal with Kieran, is to do that. Shouldn't be too bad, I guess. The belly color. You know what? I'm not certain I have the right one. Let's turn the shadows and the highlights off again. Okay, I did have the right one. Perfect. Now we're gonna make the white color extend significantly further, because we want it to be like in this soft skin up here. And then it's like coming in here. So some of this is like soft and some of this is hardened. Perfect. There we go. I think this is probably done. It is not pronounced Queelin, actually. You're stupid and I'll kill you. I shouldn't say that on YouTube. Getting water. What? Oh, I didn't know my friend played Xenoverse, apparently. I've just now learned that he plays Xenoverse because he popped up on Steam. I'm dehydrated tonight. Where's the shadows? I want to make them darker. Yeah, I think that's about the level of darkness I want. And I think I'll actually put a little extra highlight in the eye. Just because I think it'll make it pop a little more, and that's really what I want for it. Oops, I just punched the microphone. My bad. I'll put it wet. Okay. I think I really am happy to call that done then. So let's get rid of the references, hide the palette, and then we're gonna, first we're gonna save normally actually. Just waiting for the program to start responding. There we go. Export single layer. Great. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. And I'll have that back on and save. Just in case, always makes sense to double save. And you know what? We're gonna wait for the time lapse to get compiled because I'm pretty sure you guys can't see that. So while we're working on the time lapse, why don't you guys start throwing out some ideas for what we can do with the second version of Aptonoth? Because it's just gonna lock up the system for a little bit. Actually, can you guys see the time lapse? You cannot see the time lapse. Okay. So yeah, you'll just have to trust me that I'm doing some file saving right now, and if you have any ideas, I would greatly appreciate them. Do you want to see the Discord? Oh, are you talking about your cephalopod monsters, or are you typing ideas for the second Aptonoth in Discord? Because I would actually, I'd rather just like stick to getting Aptonoth stuff done right now, just so we can have the first one started. You'll have to explain the Centausaurus whistle idea to me again, because I don't remember it exactly. Because I wouldn't want something that's too similar to the Laranoth. Because Laranoth are... No, wait. Is that the right one? I still get the names messed up. My favorite herbivore, if I'm thinking of the right one, is Laranoth. I love Laranoth. Yeah, Laranoth, the sauropod guys. I really don't want to... there we go. Sorry, I don't want to step on their toes. I dig through my files because I can't remember how I set this up. There we go. That's all saved to that now. Okay, yeah. That's for the cephalopod monster stuff. I don't want to look at that publicly right now. just because I'm trying to get Abdonos stuff done. Okay, yeah. Doing a Syntosaurus crest thing with that. I mean, yeah, it does make sense. And it feels like an obvious choice. I just wonder, because Laranoth is already kind of doing that, if maybe it's worth exploring something else. Because it's also kind of expected for a Hadrosaur monster. So I guess maybe if we can just elevate that concept to go a little further than just that. Oh, that's right. That was my idea, wasn't it? But yeah, I guess I'm second guessing my own idea now. No, I think I have to save it for like Noyos or something. Maybe the A3 Noyos will be like a herbivore monster. Yeah, I think that has to be what it is. Though the Laranoth things on their heads do make noise. It's how they make their like regular calls, but also when they swing them, they make noise. A lot like how the tail on my A3 Gypsaros works. Let's see. Making a new file here. Whoops. There we go. There we go. And what else did I need to do? Get this file set up. Oh, that's right. I've got to open my brand colors. So let me go into my files. There we are. Just gonna do a lot of fiddling with my files now. Whoops, what did I just do? Oh, I think I opened a different file, whatever. Cannot find the file I'm looking for. There we go. So, taking that for my color, cancel. There we go. And that's gonna be my sketch color. Yeah, I mean, I really want a Hadrosaur large monster. I want more herbivore large monsters in general. I could change, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't necessarily want to change Aptonoth's habitat either, because I kind of want it to be a plains creature. What's his nuts? The hippo one, what are they called? Well, whatever the hippo ones are called, you know what I'm talking about. They've already got the swamp version of Aptonoth handled pretty well, honestly, so I think I'll leave it as a grasslands creature. Slagtoth, that's the one. So let's see, what kind of reference can we get here? Let's grab Trachodon. I don't remember. I think I grabbed it as reference for the last one, but it won't hurt to have it again. I really like this illustration of it, actually. I'll take that one. Go. And let's see. What other pieces of reference should we get? I think we scrap over as a classification. I wouldn't mind that if we just got like like something like the herbivorous, like fanged wyverns, basically. Because that's kind of my theory, is that I think that the herbivore class is just small herbivorous fanged wyverns. So I think if something like that were done, I'd be pretty happy with it. Man, I'm really plowing through these waters. What else could we pull from? Well, let's see. Could do. What are some other like prey dinosaurs? I mean, maybe we could do something more like Protoceratops, actually. Psittacosaurus, maybe I'll pull some Psittacosaurus reference as well. It's a big image. There we go. And let's see what other images to take for this guy. I like this figure, actually. Let's grab that. Oh. I see we're having issues. Why are we doing that? Oh. That's why. Okay, I somehow minimized the art program. That's why I was doing that. There we go. I don't think this is the. Where is this now? What's the name of that? Dicraeosaurus. Yeah, the short-necked sauropod. I think it's this guy. Maybe, hang on. Maybe Brachytrelopan. Oh, it's totally Brachytrelopan, isn't it? Trelopan. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, this is a neat dinosaur that you guys are going to learn about if you haven't seen it before. This is Brachytrelopan. This is a sauropod that is adapted to the iguanodontid niche, because there weren't any iguanodontids where it lived, because they had presumably got extinct. I don't know exactly what the ecology was, but something like that. So this guy didn't need the long neck anymore, because all the vegetation it wanted to feed on was easily accessible. So it just shrunk its neck. It didn't need to carry all that weight around anymore. So actually that would be kind of fun if we have, something longer like that. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea to give it like some pangolin, or honestly even Solitosaurus. Let's get some Solitosaurus images. Might not use a lot of Solidosaurus because I like it too much, so it would be in everything if I used it as often as I wanted to, but he'll be in there as an option. So let's get some pangolin. I guess pangolin is actually handled by the Keratinov, but I'll still grab pangolin just in case. I'll specifically grab one walking. Yeah. Actually, I really like that shape language. Let's hold on to that image. Oh, never mind. That pose is beautiful. Perfect. Let's take that one. Yeah, I mean, it really is just Keratinov, though, so I probably won't use much pangolin. Plateosaurus would actually... I like Plateosaurus, so let's grab Plateosaurus. Whoops! Did it again. There it is. Oh yeah, that prehistoric kingdom one. That one's pretty cool. Let's grab that. Shringosaurus. Oh, which one is that? Oh, this guy. Yeah. Okay. I forget what exactly Shringosaurus is. What is he? It's just an okay, he's just one of the early Archosaurs that were all freaky looking because the Triassic was a experimentation period. Let's actually grab this tool so I can move these slightly easier. Nice. Can shrink that in the corner. Can move that up there. Can move that there. Actually, can move that above that. Save some space. Move that there. Save a bit more space. Yeah. Great. Actually, I want you to be on a lower layer. That way I can just get rid of all that. There we go. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. We have Keratinov for the pangolin inspiration, but it's worth taking a look at least. What else is worth looking into? What are some other prey species? Let's look at Dryosaurs. Just as a group. I wonder if there's like a specialized one in there. Tylorinchus Apsaros. I mean, it would kind of work because you can kind of invoke the imagery of camels with a big, like, fat reserve body, and that teeny tiny little head. Bison. I mean, we have been talking about this one being more cow, so let's try it. I'm looking in the Dryosauridae just to see if there's anybody super specialized and interesting. I forgot Tenentosaurus is like right outside the Dryosaurid family. Let's see. Anybody who's... Really? There's a Camptosaurus is in Dryosauridae? That's crazy. What is this? Ankylopalexia. Interesting. Oh, a Lauratitan is one of those. I didn't know a Lauratitan was an iguanosaur. What? So derived clade of iguanodontian ornithopods. And it contains Edmontosaurus? Really? Edmontosaurus is one of these? Oh, I'm not up to date on my Hadrosaur classification. Alright. Huh. Okay. Oh, actually, Crystal Palace Iguanodon is something I was looking at doing. So let's put that in there. Oh man, that's a massive image. we go. Oh, I guess I didn't. I thought Iguanodontia was a smaller clade within Ornithosauria. I guess I didn't think it was Ornithischia. Hold on, which level am I looking at here? I think I already. Ornithopod. Okay, Ornithopod. That was what I was looking for. Yeah, I guess I thought they were two separate groups within Ornithopoda. I didn't think that Iguanodontia contained Hadrosaurus. Or not Iguanodontia. Yes, Iguanodontia? No. Not it. Because Iguanodontia is. Okay, it's a group within this. And it's within the Dryomorpha, which surprises me actually. I didn't think Dryomorpha would be broader classification than Hadrosaur, but I mean, rhinos and cows are kind of similar if you think about it, so I can do both. Oh, you know what? It's my last thing. I'm gonna put in some Paraceratherium. See, let's get a good image of it. Yeah, let's use the Prehistoric Kingdom one again. Prehistoric Kingdom has really good models. It's another big old image. Okay. Now let's try some ideation here. Let's see. Okay, so let's just try something that's very... That's not what I want. That's the wrong pencil. Is this a pencil I like? That's not a pencil I like. Is this a pencil I like? That's not a pencil I like. This one. No. Maybe. That one. It's the Artemis Big Boy, apparently. Okay. So yeah, trying for something that's more Protoceratopsy. So I'll give him a big old head. It'll be nice and round. Shape language, and I think if we give it Protoceratops head, it's got to have the crest on it. So which shape is the crest gonna be? Maybe it's like a Japanese fan. So it's got that's too Parasaurolophus. But I was thinking, well, you know what? No, I'll draw it down as an idea because I want all the ideas out there so we can pick stuff later. But basically, can like open like a Japanese fan. So then do this guy pretty short neck and chest like that. I should really be drawing this guy. Excuse me, man. Drawing this guy from the side. Give him like Tegu / Udanoceratops cheeks. Just so they look cutesy, but they are housing some pretty serious biting muscles. So I can give it like a beak like that. And then it'll like go into a boss like that. And then the like crest thing. Goes like this, goes like up to there, I think. I think beyond that is too much. Let's try that. And then I thought it was raining outside for a second there. Okay, and then yeah, thick neck. Let's give him the brachytrilopan body. Not this. This is the wonky Espinasse theme again. Wouldn't what be contrary to it being a meal on wheels, as you say? Let's just give it straight up hooves. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to look strong. But it can have a powerful feature, I guess. I mean, it's kind of like how Abzanoth in the existing game never fight back. Like, I'm sure they occasionally could, because they've got some pretty serious looking weaponry attached to the end of their tails, but it's just easier for gameplay purposes if they never do that. Well, yeah, hooves are the best way of transport. That's why herbivore creatures kind of get them, because if you don't need your fingers for like grabbing stuff, then or digging, then like yeah, hooves are just kind of objectively the best foot to have for travel, because they're resistant to all the wear and tear that you can normally get on a foot. That's why the Tyranids have them. Which is why your opinion that they shouldn't have them is wrong and stupid, and I have to kill you. So let's make the thighs or not the thighs, but the hips way higher. So he looks even more like Dopey. Yeah. But what if, instead of dinosaur back feet, it has, I don't know, what are other back feet? Whoops. Did I click something that matters? I don't think I did. One second, I need to check some layer stuff. Okay. Let's see. Well, Tyranids are supposed to be threatening, but they don't need their hooves for like everyday activity, or they don't need their feet for everyday activities. They just need them to get them from place to place, which is why they're hooves. I think they make sense because the raptor claw is just a long, sharp hoof. The same way a hoof is just it's just a fingernail, technically. Horses are constantly flipping off the entire planet. They're running around on 4 middle fingers. That's how they work. Just any other foot type. Let's just try like a more lizardy foot. Just cause. Just cause I wanna. Just in the sake of trying something in the ideation, so I can decide between all the things I like in the final version. There we go, lizard foot. Which is, I guess, ironically what sauropod means. This is lizard foot, but whatever. Okay, so then we've got the feet like that. Yeah. Okay. Let's shrink this guy because he's taking up too much space. There we go. Oops. Nope, not enough. I think I grabbed all of it. Yes. So this one is probably more accurate to how they actually act in game because it's meant to be chunkier and obviously slower. But I mean, this, I guess the original Aptonoth is like that too, so. What do you prefer the ones of? The feet? You looking at feet? Ew, imagine looking at feet. What's wrong with you, little freak? Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it having that long tail like Brachytrilopin, but I guess I don't think it actually needs it. Yeah, I'll leave it again, so it's just something to look at. Maybe they use them to communicate by whipping them. Yeah. It's like how people used to believe the tail at the end of a Diplodocus's tail worked, which it probably doesn't. But we could make this guy like a whip. Which, sir, sucks to get hit by, but like a regular whip won't kill you. So, neither will this guy. I swear that I turned this onto silent. Why aren't you silent? Can I not turn it on silent anymore? Is that just not an option? What? Come on. Okay, well, I guess I just can't. I hope it's not too loud then. Whatever. What else can I put into this guy? Koreaceratops. I guess I'm not familiar. What that looks like. I know I've seen it before. This guy, oh, he's got a very like triangular head. Oh, that like lumpy little sail thing. I'll give that a shot too. Yeah. We can take this whole guy. We can shrink him and put him up in the corner. So you have room for the next thing. Okay. We'll try a smaller head. Maybe we'll put the horn on there. Give it Paraceratherium lips. Oh, you know what? Why don't we actually just get no? Well, what does science think Macrokenia looks like these days? Looks like we're still saying trunk a lot of the time. Do we know for sure? Or is that just the old popular rendition? Okay. So it looks like maybe these look like they're probably more modern versions. Okay. So they probably didn't have the trunk. But maybe I can just make a not trunk. I guess it's kind of like tapir-like. Tapir-like is good with me. So then we'll just, round out the face there. Yeah, I'll give it strong eyebrows. And then, let's do the Shrinkosaurus neck. So yeah. So I think I can see where I want to go with this. Granted, I did do it with Kutku, but I think it'll be okay. This is very the Isle Magyarasaurus looking right now. But what I can do is I can make it a butterfly fish situation where it has a tail intentionally designed to look like its head. Like I said, I kind of did that with Kutku, but it was technically different. So the tail is gonna have like an eye spot on it, and it's gonna be much more dramatic. It'll have like a something like that. Let's see, what should we do for limbs on this one? Let's try something that's like a claw on its way to being a hoof. Maybe. So it's like a claw grows out like this, and then it gets like worn down. There we go, something like that. No, that looks stupid. I'll leave it. No, because we're gonna try it, and then if we don't like it, then we don't have to use it in the final version. So I'll make both legs like that. There we go. Go. Sail there. Okay, it's kind of a fun interpretation. Then let's get one more little version started, and then I'm actually gonna log off as soon as we've done that, and I'm gonna finish up my homework for tomorrow. Let's see. Well, maybe we can pull in some more cow here. So cows are very square with a rectangular head too. Okay. Now what else can we do here? Maybe we can try like a Nitrosaurus head. Something that's wide. Oh yeah, there we go. I kind of like that with the teeth sticking out. It's funny. Probably deserves another Hadrosaur crest, at least once, to just do something like that. Who has a good one? I mean, I could just do the Allure Titan idea. So they've got like massive nostrils that go up the big nose structure here. There we go, that's fun. Then give them a big thick neck like a cow. There we go, angle it like that. Well, what if instead of that, try decorating the crest a bit with these like plates that go outward to make it wider. Yes. And why does it do that? Let's find out. Does that because I don't know. Okay, I can't get it with a good enough reason. I don't want to try that anymore then. You know what, let's shift playlists for this last bit here, since we're working on a whole new monster and everything. Oops, that's not on. Sure, we'll do another Japanese flavored one. There we go. Okay. So nostrils are here. They're big nostrils for passing air through this thing. But, because I don't want it to just be the Allure Titan crest. That's a little boring. What does it need? Oh, sorry, I wasn't keeping up with chat. So I use Clip Studio Paint. For big fish, you know, it's down Microkenia, yeah. Plus, yeah, it becomes a true fish. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I guess I'm not surprised we don't have a full. I mean, we do have a fish class, I guess, but there's only small monsters in it. Okay, well, Discord. Let's see, what did he send me? Oh yeah, I was thinking about the Skull Island stuff too. The other reason I'm not doing it is just because, like, that's just a hadrosaur, and the rhino-looking guy, I don't know, looks a little too intimidating for me, and I've kind of got a lot of references that look like him already. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there are some, there's a Kong Skull, or excuse me, not Kong Skull Island, but a King Kong 2005 art book that's like disguised as a field guide, where you get to see some of their scrap designs they were going with. and then they narrate about them as if they were actually creatures that they did see on the island, but weren't important enough to be in the film, basically. Or no, the story is that it is the information that's been gathered over a series of expeditions over the next couple of years after its discovery of the island. That's what it was. That makes sense. Okay, let's try something else here. I think a little too generic. So I guess you just got here. Because the Black Flame, I have not seen its IGN video. I decided that I'm not going to watch it because I kind of want the Black Flame to be a surprise. But I like having new monster classes, though it has been pointed out by my friend Geezer King that it's just another class of monster that's never going to get filled out like snake wyverns. So that's kind of annoying, but it's cool to have cephalopods. I'm not mad at that. Little tendrils. Dinodan, alright. Dinodan. Centaurosaurus. Let's see, what do we got? Okay. I see those like eyebrow things. Actually, those work. I like those. So I'm not gonna pull a reference in here, but it basically has what looks like swirly eyebrows. Basically, it's really funny. I like that. Okay. Yeah, let's do something like that. I don't want to just copy it outright. Let's try like that. I don't know. A couple of like that, and then we're gonna have one that's out like that. And that's maybe a little too royal looking, actually. No, that's maybe too much. Save it for like a jester monster. Yeah, I mean, as long as they don't ignore the class. The poor Carapaceans. The Carapaceans have really not been given a whole lot since their inception. They're very old, and they've gotten like I think variants, and that's it. They got Bylodai, whatever, in I think online, but that's about it. Oh, I know. I'm gonna make this guy a rake. Like the gardening tool, not the cryptid. Well, I think that aren't the scorpions Neopterans? Oh no, there are Carapaceans. You're right. I mean, honestly, the scorpions, if it's like real life taxonomy, they should be, what is it called? Tonocerans. Oh, yeah, Zamuza from Frontier. I forgot about Zamuza. Yeah, I feel like Mantis Shrimp Carapacean has kind of been done a lot, though, to be honest. And Mantis Shrimp, like anything, has been done in Monster Hunter Fan and stuff. So I'm going to avoid it if I can, but maybe I won't. We'll see. he's gonna have like real thin mouth because it's funny. And he's kind of sinister looking, actually. No, it's fine. There we go. I don't know. I'm not sure that we are stuck with the crabs, with the scorpions being in the crab class. I think it's likely that since Temnoceran didn't exist as a class when the scorpions were made, as far as I'm aware, they could totally just get reclassified if they ever come to mainline, and mainline can just make their own scorpions and put them in Neopteran, or excuse me, Temnoceran. Maybe try. I mean, let's try like early horse hooves, which we were kind of doing with the last design, but I think we can make it more obvious here, maybe. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoy. Yeah, I've really enjoyed all the Temnocerans the series has given us. They're all good, as far as I'm concerned. So, oh yeah, here we go. I can give it like a deer set of teeth down here. Yeah. Yeah, that feels about right. Yeah, the Carapacians came out before. I'm sorry, did I misspeak? But the Temnocerans didn't exist when Frontier came out. That's what I'm saying. And when Frontier was making the Scorpion monsters, because I think Carapacian is the closest thing they had. But I assume that maybe they'll get moved into Temnoceran, just because real life arachnids, or excuse me, real life scorpions are arachnids. So let's figure this out. Kind of got distracted on it. Actually, maybe that's where I use these like swoop things that we've been talking about. They can go like up this. Maybe? It's maybe a little too much stuff going on. I think I can figure out a way to make it work though. Yeah, I hope we see Shingaran again at some point. Oh, you know what we can do is we can maybe take a pterosaur crest and run with that. Yeah, so we can take the Nyctosaurus crest and try something different with it. Maybe the fork will go forward. The fork can do the like big loop-de-loop thing. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're gonna tone it down a little bit, but I think that's what I want. Okay, and there we go. Big old nostrils. And then can just have that conified material go all the way up there. Yeah, I guess as far as saying beast goes, I don't think we really have a cat, do we? I guess I wouldn't mind seeing a cat wyvern, but honestly, I don't feel like we super need one, because I feel like the idea of a cat wyvern is already actually covered pretty well by the pseudo wyverns that are doing it. Well, yeah, Fang Beast is probably the most diverse clade in Monster Hunter right now, because it's got all the way from like bats to mammoths. So let's just this flat all the way to the top. Okay. And then we'll have splits off there. I don't think that's working the way I want it to. I wouldn't mind something, especially if it's like not a cat, it's more like a weasel, like the Woolgar. I kind of like that actually a lot more. Let's see, what else can I do here? Okay, yeah, I just need another different crest to try out. Oh, what about Syntausaurus? Syntausaurus is known for its crest, and I think it looks, they've recently figured out how it actually looks. I think it's basically the same as a Lower Titan or anything else, actually. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, well, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's exactly what I want. Maybe I do just do that crest, and then I spice it up by splitting it. Oh, you know what? No, I figured it out. So I'm not sure. I feel like if you guys are fans of me, you should definitely be fans of Keenan Taylor's Tales of Chimere. And if you are not familiar with Keenan Taylor's Tales of Chimere, many of the large ornithopods in that setting have antlers. So maybe I will give it something like that. So this is like a Laura Titan crest. I would like I guess I was gonna say underwater Aptonoth, but we do have that. I can't remember their name, but yeah, like an underwater canine, I guess that's kind of like a koi fish. I think that's fun. Maybe in Rise 2. So yeah, here. I'm gonna actually look up moose antlers because I'm gonna need help for them. But yeah, moose antlers I think are actually what I want to go with. Epioth, that's what they're called. Thank you. Alright, now let's give that a look. See if we like that more. I think I already do. It's a little busy, but I think I'm on the right track here. Maybe it's more like this. Omnidrone's kind of an otter, actually. Yeah, he's pretty ottery. Somnicanth is like behaviorally an otter, but not physically an otter. I actually kind of can't see the Pteranodon working super well as a fight underwater. Yeah, I think I'm going to have 2 moose antlers like spreading back though. I think that's what I want. Antlers can be kind of, yeah, a little uneven in the back there. It's definitely too busy, but we'll come back for it later. Let's see what else we can do with this that isn't something I've already done. Yeah, let's just try giving it traditional dinosaur feed again, honestly. Just see if we like it. Not everything needs to be different. I actually kind of don't mind it. Yeah, I might do that. Just something that feels very moose-ish, actually. It just maybe isn't what I want. I kind of want it to be more lumbering. What else can we do here? I always have that leg pointed that way. Let's push it backward. What if only the back is hoof? It's like the opposite of the thing I did before. Like, yeah, what if it's Bonboro hoof in the back? Let's try that. I'm not super into it. I mean, maybe I should just do Dryosaur legs, honestly. Okay, I can dig that. And I think I will go against my instincts in the interest of diversity. I'll just give him like maybe a shorter tail. He doesn't really need his tail for a whole lot. Or maybe it can be like a fat-tailed gecko's like food store. Maybe just a big bulb. Interesting. Don't think I like it that much. What to do? What indeed? What to do? What to do? What other features I better try? Could try feathering it, actually. Yeah. Let's see if that works out. We do the pack monsters that have an alpha, like the Genprays and stuff. So, I am gonna do a minion for each version of the monster. So yeah, like I'll have 3 Velocidromes, 3 Gendromes, or excuse me, 3 Genpray, all that. Oh yeah, let's try making the guy just like knobbly. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. But we're gonna leave that blank for now. Yeah. Let's make it real knobbly. So I have not made any of the drones solitary. Other than, I guess, kind of Cephadrome, but Cephadrome already kind of was, because its lore talks about how, like, sometimes, it sounds like the Cephalos actually prefer to stay out of Cephadrome's way, so it's possible that they may be cannibals, at least part of the time. So that one's like relatively solitary. The running theory being that probably Cephalos are females and Cephadrome is an adult male, and it's just like loosely a harem, so they'll tolerate each other during the breeding season, stuff like that. Honestly, I'm getting to the point where I'm pretty tired. I might need just some time to sit on these Aptonoth a little more. So I'm thinking I'll call it quits here tonight. I don't plan to... I might do a little work off stream just to refine these sketches a little bit so I can get started maybe paring down the ideas that we've got next stream. So... that's it. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I hope you guys had a pretty good time too. Is there anything else that we want to, I guess, mention before I sign off here? Looks like we're all set. All right. See you later. Oh, there we go. Now you have questions. They just popped up. Hadrosaur is the coolest crest? Good question. Honestly, I think I might have to say Parasaurolophus. I think Parasaurolophus is just really iconic. It's really cool. It serves that big trombone function. That's really, really neat. And I think it's the biggest resonating crest out of any of the hadrosaurs. So, yeah, those. And with that, I'll leave my stream off on that opinion. Thank you, everybody, for coming.